Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Hey Shady Lady, and today we're going to be talking about how you can transition from being someone who makes stuff on the internet sometimes to being a proper brand. How to get that professional streamer look. Ideally, you want to keep a little bit of both of those things so that you can stay relatable. Let me show you an example really quick. Which one of these do you think looks better? You likely went with choice number B, right? There's some charm in the first one, but the second one has a lot more cohesion and it seems a lot more like they know what they're doing. There's a consistency. So in this video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about designing your channel, but this isn't specifically a graphic design tutorial. This is more the concept of branding and some resources that are available to you to help you create a uniform brand across not just Twitch, but your other social media platforms. I'm going to be reading a little bit off of a script, so bear with me if I'm not looking at the camera. And I do want to give a big thank you to my very first sponsor, Envato Placeit. Thank you so much for teaming up with me and helping me bring this video to help everybody out with their branding. Getting the pro streamer look is half to do with attitude, but I do think that a presentation will inspire confidence in a viewer to take you more seriously. As far as Twitch goes, there's a lot, and I mean a lot, of different things that you'll want to have customized graphics for. Just on your Twitch profile, there's your profile picture, channel banner, video player, aka offline banner, channel trailer, Twitch panels, emotes, cheer motes, cheer badges, sub badges, channel points. The list goes on and on and on. Your streaming graphics, like for OBS, include starting soon screens, ending screens, be right back screens, chat boxes, webcam frames, transition scenes, alert boxes, social media banners, and anything else that is custom to your specific content. And when you get to your other social media, you're going to want YouTube banners, Twitter banners, and maybe custom stories and stuff for your Instagram stories or fleets. Look, there's literally so many graphics and so many different things that you need to have customized to look like you know what you're doing. I don't want you to get overwhelmed though. And I really think that you should just start with the bare basics, which to me, make sure that you get your profile picture, get a nice headshot or a nice like logo picture, whatever it is that, you know, maybe you're a VTuber, you don't use your face, but make sure that you have the same profile picture across all of your different social media platforms. Editing Ty here. I didn't mention, but the reason that you want to keep the same profile picture and username too across all of your social media platforms is for like brand recognition. This way I know if I'm familiar with you on Twitch, you have a specific picture and username on Twitch. When I go on Twitter and maybe you follow me or I see you pop up on my timeline, I'm gonna recognize that picture, recognize that name, know it's you, immediately follow. What we're wanting to accomplish in today's video is streamlining the process of getting those graphics set up through all of your social media platforms and your streaming graphics. This isn't going to be an overnight process by any means. And yes, you want to get set up as much as possible in the beginning, but also expect that you're going to be fine-tuning this possibly throughout your entire streaming career. All of you perfectionists that are watching, you just got to chill out and accept that it's not going to be this grand fantasy that you have in your head of yourself as a content creator. You've got to start where you can start. And then after a month or two, be like, you know, actually, I don't like how that looks. I'm going to change it. And that's how you're just fine-tuning your craft over time. Okay, so before you even actually make any graphics, you have to know what your brand is. And I think that starts personally with a strong username or a strong brand name. The three major things that I recommend for picking out a brand name or username is a name that is easy to spell, easy to remember, and fun to say. Because you want when someone hears your name to not forget it. So Hey Shady Lady is a really good example. It rhymes, they're very simple, easy words that they're never going to be misspelled. Anecdotally, I had thought about changing my username to the Lady Infinity a while back because I didn't like the negative connotations with the word shady, but I learned when I was testing that new username out that a lot of people actually struggle to spell the word infinity. If I gave someone my username word of mouth and they tried to look me up later, they might not be able to spell it right. They might not find the right Twitter account. So you want to try to shoot for things that are easy to spell, easy to remember, fun to say. That being said, don't stop yourself from using big brain words that are difficult to spell if that really suits you. And as far as your username, if you can avoid using underscores, hyphens, or numbers, if possible, do that. If I was hey_shady-lady137, that's so much harder to communicate that and have people remember it and find the right profile. Now, if the numbers are important as fuck to you, they define you, then go for it. For your name, you want to try to pick something unique that stands out and defines you. So another example is Gamer Girl 2020 is super duper generic, right? How many gamer girls are there? But you could take that same concept. So we've got Gamer Girl, and you could try to just fine tune down into it a little bit. So what kind of games do you like? FPS games. What kind of girl are you? A diva. And there you go, FPS diva instead of Gamer Girl 2020. And I think FPS diva has a lot stronger branding potential. The way that I come up with usernames is I will sit down and I will write out a bunch of words on a piece of notebook paper, just words that I like. Short words, long words, it doesn't matter. Just words that I like, words that I'd like to use in the name, all kinds of stuff like that. I'll get between 15 and 30 different words and I will write them in like a scatter cloud type of format. And then I will just sit there and stare at it and let my eyes flick around and see, you know, oh, this word goes with this word and how does this work very well. And it kind of helps me to quickly brainstorm and kind of jumble up and mishmash the words a little bit better. I also really enjoy using username generators, especially when I'm doing creative writing. So I will link a couple of recommendations in the description box below. FantasyNameGenerators.com is a really good example. It's great for all kinds of things, even if you're doing like a D&D campaign and you need a bunch of names of a tavern. Once you've got your username solidified, you're going to want to move into picking your mood/color palette that you want to go with for your graphics. Okay, so the colors you pick for your branding do have some psychological impact on attracting new people to you. I'm not going to dive super deep into this right here, but you can pause the screen if you want to read a little bit more about the typical psychological associations with certain colors. I don't think you have to be this analytical about choosing your colors. I've never picked colors for my brand based on psychological associations. I've just focused on colors and palettes that I personally enjoy. Maybe focus in on your favorite colors or colors that work with you. Maybe your hair color is always pink and that should be a major color choice in your design. Or maybe everything you own is yellow. You've just always had an affinity for the color yellow. Maybe you really, really, really love cows and so you want to work black and white and the cow pattern into your branding. Think about stuff that you already love and enjoy. You want to work yourself in personally to your branding as much as possible. You might already have your favorite colors picked out and you're ready to go, but if you need a little help, try some color palette generating websites. I really like coolers.co because you can quickly generate new palettes and it gives you 5 choices on the screen. So I've got these 5 colors up. I'm just gonna hit the space bar. I already personally really like that palette, but that's pretty much the colors that I'm wearing right now. Let's say we really like this shade of blue here. We're gonna lock it in. We're hit the space bar and you can see everything shuffles except that blue. I think that's gonna look really nice with this orange. So we're gonna shuffle again, shuffle again. I like this kind of desaturated green. Black would be nice to go with this. And let's find one to finish out. That's kind of nice too. So there's a really kind of funky color palette right here. But that's an example of how you can just kind of grab some colors if you're having trouble coming up with your palette on your own. Now we're going to need to focus in on your logo/associated imagery. I'd like to say this should be the very last step, but maybe you're super artsy and you already have a doodle that you've held on to for a while and it's inspired you entirely. So your username and color palette is actually branched off of this doodle you did that you wanted to be your logo. But if you picked your username and colors first, then we've got to look in at logo design. Your logo could be something as simple as just a really cool drawing of your initials. So like HSL for me and Hey Shady Lady. But you could also pick an aesthetic shape you like. And I like to abide by the keep it simple, stupid method, KISS method. Just keep a very simple shape that's easy for the eye to understand what it's looking at when it's very, very small. So it could be a moon, a heart, a star, a football, a game controller. Keep in mind that in the gaming sphere, we all are going to resonate with that gaming controller. So you might want to try to be a little bit more unique. If you don't have any graphic design design experience, you can't draw, you're not like an artsy person, you might want to consider commissioning a logo design, and you could search on Etsy for logo design, find an independent artist. There are some cheap options, there's some really expensive options, or you could search on Fiverr as well. Those are two really good resources for finding artists. But as a starting streamer, this can get really expensive. So you can also use websites to generate logos for you to just get started. And if you're thinking with your big brain, you want your logo to be able to function as possible merch as well, like t-shirts designs or a coffee cup. But most importantly, it's going to be slapped on everything you do across social media. So you want this to be eye-catching, easy to read, easy to understand what you're looking at, and translate well in a very small format. It needs to look good as a tiny little thumbnail too. You don't need to get overly detailed. This is why a lot of logos are typically very simplistic. Think about the Instagram logo. It's a simple square with a circle in it. The Twitter logo, it's a little bird. Facebook is just an F. Twitch is that little chat bubble with eyeballs in it. Think about how simple these large company logos are, and keep that in mind when you're trying to come up with your associated imagery with your brand. And I'll put on screen the one that I'm using for my Hey Shady Lady website. I did try to keep it simple. I chose the pentagon shape because I don't see it used very often, and I thought it had a nice effect. I do have a big focus on the third eye, but I also wanted it to have a feminine feel to it. And now you actually want to get started into designing those graphics, and there's a lot of different options for designing. Like I said, you can either commission some artists, or you can get a subscription to Adobe Photoshop or the Adobe packages. If you can't afford that, then you can use the Photoshop duplicate Photopea, which I did an overlay tutorial using in the last video. It's a free Photoshop duplicate, and it's great. You want to take the color palette, the logo, and the username, and you want to work them into these graphics across everything. And like I said on Twitch, you don't need every single different asset, but I would at least recommend a starting soon screen that could also function as a be right back screen, or just kind of your main like logo screen. And here I'll show you mine that I use on my Twitch, for example. So you can see it has art that I got from an artist, the color palette, the moon. The only thing I'm missing on there, and I'm actually surprised, I thought it was there, was my actual username. So you probably want your username on there somewhere. So I would recommend at least that screen, and then matching overlay graphics that will go with your color palette that can kind of keep a cohesion with what you're doing. Now I'm going to show you guys on placeit.net, which is today's sponsor, a little trick on how to get a free cute animated alert that's fairly customized for your stream graphics. They have free options here. It is a monthly service though. If you're interested, I have a link for 15% off down in the description box or in the pinned comment, so you know, check that out. Okay, so when you get to placeit.net, you're going to want to make an account so you can log in and everything, and in the top navigation bar is going to want to go under gaming. Browse through the freebie section if you like to. They have all kinds of good stuff here. There are animated logos, logo design, stream overlays, starting soon screens, Twitch banners, offline banners, overlays, panels, all kinds of good stuff here, right? I want to show you guys how to make an alert though, which I don't think they actually have worked into the website, but I was playing with this the other day and I was like, well, we're going to check out their animated logos to make a follow alert or other alerts. I'm going to drop down and select the free option over here just for the sake of this video. And for this, you can fully customize the look of everything. So I just kind of want to look at the animation and see which one I like the best. So let's go with this one right here because I like how that animates on screen. Now we're going to say thanks for the follow. Let's see how that looks. We are going to change this because I'm not like a stormtrooper kind of girl, but it does come with audio already on it. So you can either pick one of their songs, and they do have a pretty decent library of a bunch of different songs that you can use. So there's a little alert sound, or you can just turn off that audio track up here. I'm going to turn it off personally, but we're going to go ahead and change this image to something cute. So let's type in the word cute and see what we get. That is super cute. Actually pretty on brand for me. I'm going to come up here and customize the colors a little bit. My hair is pretty close to that color, but I'm going to change it to be like a little bit more peachy orangey. So we've got thanks for the follow, or we could take out that second line because it's actually a little hard to see. And on the bottom line, we could just put new follower. To actually be able to make this work well as an alert, you're going to want to make this green screen. So change the background to a really vibrant, bold green. So if your logo works with with the color, like a green color like this, then you might be kind of out of luck as far as this this little trick here is gonna work for you. So we're gonna have this bright green background. In order for it to generate the video for you, you have to click the play all button, which is in the bottom left corner, and let it play and load in. So there's our little follow alert. That's very cute. We're going to click the download button. We're going to come down here to get the free watermarked low res version. It does have a watermark in it. It's not super duper visible though, and this is a free option. So what can you do? We've got that downloaded. So I'm going to show y'all. We're going to come into Streamlabs, or whichever one you use for your alerts. I use Streamlabs. You might be using Stream Elements, but go into where you edit your alert. So I'm in my alert section. I'm going to come down to the followers, the follow section. So I've got the image spot right here. I'm going to click the upload button to get a new one. Go into the upload section, click on that, get that new one right in here. Go ahead and select it. And then we're going to save what we've just done. So that's saved. Okay, now let's see what that looks like. You can see we have the alert popping in. I'll have to move my text around a little bit, but the green background's awful. Sure, yeah. But now what we're going to do is we're going to chroma key out that background. So right click on the alert box, go into filters, click on the plus sign to add a chroma key effect. Click done. You can just keep color type on green and that should fully take care of this. So we're going to go ahead and click done. And now we're going to test a new follow alert. Look at that. That's really cute, right? Okay, and I made that for free on the Placeit website I was showing you guys. And then one more thing as far as actually getting your branding cohesive, I just want to show you guys really quick under the Twitch overlays section that they have all kinds of overlay options. Some of these are premium, but a lot of these are free, and there are some really cute ones. There were some really cute ones that just came out with Pride that I just think are so like super pastel and kawaii, and I was like, oh dang. So the overlay comes with a webcam frame and the actual overlay itself. You can update what the text says on it, you can change the color palettes entirely, and you can even pick like new images or different images that pop up here. So as far as actually having that pro streamer look, you want to have, in my opinion, a graphic version of your logo and username, a starting soon screen / a title screen, a just chatting screen or a screen that you can switch to when you're welcoming in a raid to your channel, a gaming scene or a scene specific to the type of content you produce. Say you're an art streamer or an ASMR streamer, you want a main scene for your main content, a webcam frame in case you need to go real small, an alert box. An ending scene is a nice idea, specifically so in case you forget to click end stream after you raid someone, you've already switched to your ending screen so people aren't going to see you sitting there like after your stream is over. And I would recommend definitely Twitch panels, which Placeit had a spot where you could make free Twitch panels, but there are other websites online that can also offer options like that. And a transition scene really adds a lot to the presentation of your live stream, especially as far as professionalism goes. And that's going to wrap it up for the tips and ideas that I had for getting your branding in place so that you can look a little bit more professional with content creation. If you'd like to see me take these steps and actually create a brand out of what I've just said, then check out the video that I'm going to be posting next week. That's going to be a companion video to this, where I actually am going to create a brand from the ground up following all of these steps, using the same websites and everything. Yeah, I suppose that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thank you again so much to Placeit and Vado for sponsoring the video, and y'all make sure to check that link out in the description box for 15% off. You can catch me on my live streams at twitch.tv/HeyShadyLady. I go live a couple times a week. We play Stardew Valley over there. Definitely like this video and subscribe if you like some more Twitch tutorial content in your feed. Come hang out with me on Instagram, Twitter, also my Discord community, the Offbeats, that you're welcome to join. We are very new streamer friendly there. And I'm about to go put up my reaction to the Demon Slayers episode 4 and 5 over on my anime channel. So I hope you all have a great week or weekend. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!